Hi, it's Wren. Welcome to A Wren's Tale. Today we're talking about my favorite tarot deck, the Monstarot by Joanna Nelson, and we'll be comparing the full-size version to the travel version. Let's dive in. If you've watched any of my tarot tag video responses, you've probably heard me talk about this deck. It is my happy deck, my ride or die, and usually the deck I pull from first thing in the morning. It's also a deck created by a dear friend of mine, Joanna Nelson. Let's get into deck specifics. Both decks come in a hard shell magnetic closure box. Both boxes are almost identical. They have the same closure. The travel size has a little critter. This side is the same. And here again, we have another little critter. The backs of the decks are identical. And something I love, well, I love many things about these decks, but one thing in particular that a lot of travel size or mini decks don't do is include a full guidebook. So this is the bigger guidebook, and you see they're a little bit different in how they're constructed, but they are a complete and full guidebook. And I love that. Very few travel size decks contain the full guidebook. We will go into the guidebook a little bit more afterwards. Let's compare the interior of the boxes. They are slightly different. So in the travel size, you have a blue bottom with some swirls, and that's what you have on the flap on this box. And you just have these little bugs on the flap on this one, and those are on the interior of this box. And this one happens to be signed. Let's talk about the cards themselves. Both cards are 350 GSM matte cardstock. And the full-size version are 3 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. And the travel size is 2 1/2 inches by 4 1/4 inches. Let's look at the backs. Identical in every way. And we'll flip these over. This is a 79 card deck. And the extra card is the luminary. I want to compare the size of these for you. This is your standard plaid back Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And you can see the full size is substantially wider and longer than that one. And then we'll compare it to the travel size. It's a little bit smaller. Oops. And I also want to compare it to a standard bicycle playing card. It's a hair wider than a bicycle playing card and a little bit longer. And then just for comparison here. If you love whimsy and you love little monsters, you will love this deck. Let's flip through the cards here so you can see them. We'll start with the luminary. your extra card in the deck. The Fool. This is a Rider-Waite-Smith based deck, so there are elements here you will definitely recognize. The Magician. The High Priestess. The Empress. The Emperor. I wish you could see the smile on my face right now, because every time I go through these cards, and I've used these decks, I can't even begin to tell you. I've had the Monstarot, well, I've had it for years. So at least 600 times, 700 times, probably 800 times. I'm trying to do the math in my head, not my strong suit. Yeah, I can't help but smile at this deck every single time I use it. The Lovers. The Chariot. I'll leave the link to Joanna Nelson's Etsy shop down below if you are interested in purchasing these decks. The travel size is available now. The full size will be back in stock in a few months. But if you do purchase these decks, only purchase it from Joanna Nelson's Etsy shop. Any other Etsy shop or any other place online is counterfeit. They are not the real decks, and there's been a real problem with counterfeiting decks over the past few years. So please make sure you buy directly from the artist, and in this case, buy directly from Joanna Nelson. I'll link her shop as well as her Instagram page down below. This is our Justice card. The Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Now, you notice the cards aren't numbered in the Major Arcana, so you can put the Strength card at 11 or at 8. The choice is yours. This deck has it at 11, but you can mix it up. The Hanged Monster. Death. And if you're interested in this art style, Joanna Nelson has a Lenormand deck coming out shortly. We are mid to end March right now. So that deck, if you're watching this later on, the Lenormand deck should be out in April. Well, the Kickstarter will be out in April. The Tower. I'm not sure how far after the Kickstarter campaign the decks will be coming out, but you will see that Kickstarter campaign shortly. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. I love the expression on the World card. I love the expression on all the cards, but especially that card. The Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, the 3, Four of Pentacles, Five. Just for the record, I'm still smiling over here because I love this deck so much. Six of Pentacles. I love little guy's expression. Seven of Pentacles. Let's make a drinking game out of how many times I say I love this deck today. Eight of Pentacles. The 9. The 10. Page. The Knight. The Queen with her fairy bunny. Love the little bunny unicorn. The King of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. The Two of Swords. I love all the paper boats. The Three of Swords. The Four of Swords. The 5. The 6. The 7. Eight of Swords. 9 of Swords with little Teddy. The 10 of Swords. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck because I love that there's sun in the background. There's hope. There's hope on the horizon, and this card just screams hope to me. Even though it's 10 of Swords is such a difficult card, there's hope. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. The King. The Ace of Wands. That's so charming. The Two of Wands. The 3. The Four of Wands. I love the frog. The Five of Wands. My cheeks hurt from smiling at this deck. The Six of Wands. There's just something about these characters that I don't know what it is. I love this deck. Seven of Wands. The Eight of Wands. If you hear snoring in the background, that's my little monster sleeping. My four-legged little monster. Nine of Wands. The 10. The Page of Wands. Oops. The Knight. A little separation here. The Queen. The King. The Ace of Cups. The Two of Cups. Three of Cups. The Four. Oops. The Five of Cups. Six. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups with so many eyes. Oops. The super sweet Ten of Cups. The Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Even the rock has eyes. And the King of Cups. Let me show you the backs of the cards again. And then we will dive into the guidebook. So the deck is created by Joanna Nelson, and the guidebook is by Trish Sullivan. Trish Sullivan also has written the guidebook for Joanna's other decks, her tarot and oracle decks. Let's read a little bit of the beginning here. Welcome to the world of Monstarot. This is a world of kind micro-monsters, helpful bugs, fantastical, whimsical creatures such as bunny flies and flinosaurs. It is a light-hearted and compassionate world, not so different from our own. But don't be fooled by their cuteness. These are not naive creatures to be ignored. There are still harsh truths to be faced from time to time. The monsters manage to show us these with grace and empathy. They live their lives with hope as a constant, and the aim of the Monstarot is to bring a little of the same into all of our lives. It explains about the single card draw, the 3-card draw, and the Illuminate Your Mind spread. And then it goes into the artist interpretation for each card and the card meaning. So let's look at the Luminary. Since that card is different, it's an additional card for the deck. There's always some keywords for each card. So for the Luminary, the keywords are revealing the unseen, hope, guiding light. The artist's interpretation: as darkness fills the sky, the luminary brings warmth and light to those around her. Pure, vibrant energy blazes through the night as it pours forth from her hand and attire. 2 lady flies are harnessing her energy to use as a guiding light. Card meaning: the luminary resides in the perfect place between dark and light. She embodies the power of the sun and the moon, the day and the night. She is here to show you how to see hope in the shadows, how to be the light in the darkness. You may not see the way, but the path is there. Invoke her light, and all will be revealed to you. And if you can't see the direction you are supposed to go, call upon her lady flies to light the way. Beautiful card, beautiful interpretation and meaning. Let's see. The rest of the book is just the card meanings and descriptions. And again, you get exactly the same thing in the travel size guidebook. Oops. The same intro, your single card, your 3-card, your Illuminate Your Mind spread, and then we go into the card meanings. Both are beautifully done. Let's pull a few cards at random. You know what, let me show you some shuffling with these in case you're wondering. Let's start with this one. Now, I find on a bigger deck like this, there are 2 ways I like to shuffle. You can do a side shuffle like this, or you can do a dealer shuffle. Now, this table's a little slippery, so they might slide. Oh, that worked. Sort of worked until I pulled it out. Now the smaller cards, riffle shuffling is fine. They're super easy. And the card stock makes overhand shuffling a breeze. Same with this deck. Overhand shuffling is super simple. Let's pull a card from each deck and we will read the guidebook. So we have the King of Cups and the Star. Okay, King of Cups. Let's go to this book. Okay. King of Cups, our keywords are sensitive, balanced, and wise. And the artist interpretation is: he is generous and creative soul. The king calmly rides the waves of the sea. He is in control. Alongside him, a paper boat follows the motion of the ocean. The king notices a winged jelly flying out from the water into the sky, a message to him that unconscious has been allowed to break through. Card meaning. Use your emotions, but stay in control. The king is always calm, unruffled by the turmoil around him. Keeping his dignity and discipline at all times, he commands you to maintain an even balance between your heart and your head. You should appreciate your feelings, acknowledging that they can bring you great insight, but you should not rely on instinct alone. That was the King of Cups. And let's do the star. We'll read that from the little book. Okay, our keywords are healing, hope, and inspiration. Artist interpretation. The star monster showers down to encourage personal growth. 5 drops sprinkled from the cloud, representing the 5 senses. Believe in the power of the universe. It's time for transformation, as a healing tree of energy sprouts from her fur, inviting a sacred bird of thought. There's the sacred bird of thought. Once my hand was in the way. Card meaning. You are inspired to make positive changes in your life, and the star is ready to bring you hope and to guide you from the darkness into a happier and calmer phase of your life. A celestial body asking you to trust in the universe and reminding you that you too are a creature of the cosmos, beloved and watched over. The light of the star empowers all of your senses, healing and transforming you, recharging your self-esteem and making you feel like you can achieve anything. And that is the Monstarot Full Size and Travel Size. Again, I'll leave the links to purchase these decks down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.